McDonald's has been supersized from a humble hamburger stand to one of the most recognized brands in the world. And we're serving up an order of curiosity and taking a look at the restaurant giant now and then. The Speedy Service System. In 1940, brothers Maurice and Richard McDonald had the idea of opening up a hamburger stand. They were inspired by the success of a business model previously perfected by White Castle. Yes, White Castle is actually considered the first fast food restaurant. While many may think it was Mickey D's, White Castle had them beat by almost 2 decades, opening their doors in 1921. The McDonald brothers decided to open up shop in San Bernardino, California, and introduced the Speedy Service System, which promised to deliver food with efficiency. This new service system took the concept of the auto industry assembly line and moved it into the kitchen. This truly put the fast in fast food. The original menu was pretty basic, just hamburgers, cheeseburgers, and potato chips. They weren't even selling their famous fries yet. Would you like a bag of chips with that? Just doesn't sound right. Today, McDonald's offers up countless menu items, and the assembly line method is used in almost every fast food chain kitchen to this day. The expansion payoff. It was in the 1950s that the McDonald brothers met Ray Kroc, a milkshake machine salesman and budding entrepreneur. Kroc was amazed at the lineups and the speed in which customers were served. Kroc had big visions for the company, and while the brothers wanted to keep their restaurants small and family-run, Kroc saw the huge potential of serving good food fast. So he bought McDonald's from Maurice and Richard in 1961 for $2.7 million. Today, the company is worth $170 billion, big ones. Talk about a smart investment. Ray Kroc is seen as the true founder of the modern-day McD's and is responsible for implementing many of the company's policies, including maintaining consistency in food quality and taste across all restaurant locations. During his reign as CEO from 1967 to 1973, McDonald's expanded to include 7,500 locations in the U.S. and 31 countries globally. It's safe to say Kroc would be proud that McDonald's now serves 69 million customers daily across roughly 38,000 restaurants around the globe. McDonald's now employs 1.7 million people in over 100 countries. Not bad for what started as a quaint little neighborhood hamburger joint. The franchise concept. Ray Kroc was able to reach so many customers because he franchised the McDonald's brand. Through complicated legal procedures, businessmen patented their formulas and manufacturing techniques. Now there are restaurant franchises on every block, from Arby's to Wendy's. Franchising is the reason why Chicken McNuggets bought in Arkansas will taste the same as McNuggets ordered in London, England. The concept of franchising meant that every Mickey D's was essentially the exact same, no matter where in the world you were. From the decor to the employees' uniforms to the menu itself, McDonald's has always been a stickler for the rules, and franchisees must comply with the orders coming from HQ. So you think you want to become a McDonald's franchisee? Especially after hearing about all the money the company makes? The first franchise license was sold for $1,000. Today, it will cost $45,000 to open a McDonald's franchise, and that's just to use the name. You're going to need way more than $45K before serving your first burger. But here's a fun little fact. The real secret sauce that tops McDonald's success is that the company actually owns the land on which they have a storefront. Along with being the largest purveyor of hamburgers in the world, the McDonald's company also has its fingers in real estate. So, as a franchise owner, no matter how many Big Macs are sold, each month rent is due. Right on brand. Branding is something McDonald's has down to a science. The McDonald's logo is one of the most recognizable in the world. Did you know that at first McDonald's only used a single arch? The McDonald brothers incorporated a single golden arch into the original architectural design of the restaurant. Only when the company started franchising did the double arches align to create the signature McDonald's golden arches that are known today. But what about the mascots? Well, forget about the clown for a second. The original McDonald's poster boy was Speedy, a winking cartoon hamburger bun with a chef's hat. The first attempt didn't strike it big with the kids and was used more to market McDonald's signature efficiency. It wasn't until 1963 that Ronald McDonald was introduced, and he was an instant hit. McDonald's soon created a whole universe around Ronald, along with other beloved side characters like Grimace, Mayor McCheese, and the Hamburglar, all of whom kids absolutely adored. While Ronald has taken a bit of a back seat recently, celebrity endorsements have not. The first partnership was in 1992 with Michael Jordan and the release of the McJordan. Today, celebrity endorsements are a massive aspect of McDonald's marketing strategy. Athletes like Charles Barkley and Michael Phelps once had deals with the brand. Now, musicians like Travis Scott and K-pop superstars BTS drop signature McDonald's meals that have fans eager to take a bite. So, while Ronald once reigned supreme, today it's pop culture celebrities that are hawking fries and burgers to the masses. McDonald's menu milestones. When it comes down to it, the food is really what keeps McDonald's customers coming back for more, especially back in 1948 when you could get a hamburger for only 15 cents. That same burger goes for around $1.50 today, still very reasonable. The menu stayed pretty simple as the restaurant expanded throughout the U.S. It wasn't until a franchise owner in Cincinnati noticed a dip in sales on Fridays that McDonald's started to switch things up. Turns out that area was predominantly Catholic, which meant they didn't eat red meat on Fridays. Enter the Filet-O-Fish, the first menu item that deviated from the traditional burger. Now, the Filet-O-Fish is often overshadowed by McDonald's wide array of chicken meals. Favorites like the McChicken Sandwich and the Chicken McNuggets were inspired by health recommendations made in the 70s that Americans should consume less red meat. But if you had to name the most recognizable McD's menu item, it would have to be the Big Mac. This, too, was the creation of a franchise owner and was released in 1968 as competition to Burger King's Whopper. Yes, the Whopper was around before the Big Mac. The recipe for the signature secret sauce that sets the Big Mac apart is confidential to this day and kept under lock and key. Today, McDonald's reportedly sells 1.5 million Big Macs in the U.S. every single day, and it's easily the chain's most popular burger. Breakfast is served. Now, for all the early birds out there, the fast food breakfast game changed in 1972 with the introduction of the Egg McMuffin. McDonald's began offering a breakfast menu nationwide in 1977. They were the first fast food franchise to stray from the traditional lunch and dinner menu, and it wasn't long before the competition followed suit. Today, almost all big franchise restaurants serve up some sort of breakfast fare. However, Mickey D's was the OG. From the Egg McMuffin to the humble hash brown, at one time you could only order breakfast in the wee hours of the morning up until 10:30 a.m. If you showed up at McD's at 10:31 looking for hotcakes, you were out of luck. McDonald's did eventually make breakfast an all-day affair in 2015, but recently had to go back to their old ways. So it's back to being a race against the clock, the McDonald's breakfast countdown clock, that is. The Happy Meal. If you're a kid, or just a kid at heart, the Happy Meal is where it's at. The Happy Meal made its debut in 1979. It was basically a kid-sized version of your McDonald's faves in a box. Oh yeah, and the best part? It came with a toy. This original Happy Meal consisted of a burger, fries, and a soda. Today, you can now order a Happy Meal with apple slices and milk or juice. But a Happy Meal is really all about the toy, and those toys used to be a lot less fancy. Maybe a stencil or a hand puppet. Now, the toys correspond with blockbuster movie releases and other characters kids love, like Hello Kitty and Pokémon. Here's another interesting nugget of trivia. Did you know that McDonald's hands out over 1 billion toys each year in Happy Meals, making it the largest toy distributor in the world? Not Mattel, not Hasbro, but McDonald's. Restaurant design. The first McDonald's hamburger stands had no indoor seating. There were only a few stools or benches outside, and guests were mostly served from a window, kind of like an early take on the drive-thru. For a while now, McDonald's has offered the standard dine-in and drive-thru options. Now, McDonald's has moved in the direction of elevating their restaurant aesthetic. They've adopted a sleek, modern design, moving away from the inviting, bright colors that originally endeared families to the restaurant. Things were different at Mickey D's in the 80s. Many locations started installing play places in their restaurants. This was a dream come true for any kid, and for any parent wanting to let their kid run off some steam after downing their Happy Meal. With ball pits, slides, and crawl spaces, McDonald's became the hot spot for kids' birthday parties across the nation. The play place reached its peak in the early 2000s, and what was once a standard in many Mickey D's locations is now becoming hard to find. Another feature that made its McDonald's debut in 1975 is the drive-thru. A staple in every location today, the drive-thru accounts for roughly 70% of McDonald's sales. But even the drive-thru is becoming less relevant these days. Why? Because there's an app for that. McDonald's and technology. Why go out when your Big Mac, fries, and shake can come to you? Up until recently, this wasn't possible. In 2017, McDelivery was launched in partnership with Uber Eats. You could now order your favorite McDonald's meal from the comfort of your home, courtesy of a meal delivery app. McDonald's has taken advantage of all the latest technological advancements in the food industry. Even back in 1999, they experimented with e-clerks, automated robots to replace the actual staff. Today, most restaurants have digital kiosks that look like giant iPads where customers can place their orders. Much like Henry Ford transformed automotive manufacturing by applying his assembly line techniques, the McDonald brothers did the same for the fast food industry. There have even been talks to take this idea to the next level by having fully automated restaurants within the next few decades with no workers at all. In 2019, McDonald's even purchased an AI-based startup company called Apprente and are in trials to see how the tech could replace human servers at the drive-thru. Maybe in the future, McDonald's will be serving up burgers made by robots. Odds and ends. Did you know there is a hamburger university? Founded in 1961 in the basement of a McDonald's restaurant, the first graduating class had only 14 students. Now, 5,000 students attend each year, and 275,000 people worldwide have graduated with a degree in hamburgerology. Yes, this is an actual thing. Are you a fan of the McRib? Introduced in the 1980s, McDonald's only releases this sandwich every now and again. So, to keep track of its comings and goings, there is an actual website so you won't miss out. Just visit McRibLocator.com for recent sightings. And did you know the McFlurry was actually invented by a Canadian? I would have placed my money on someplace like Florida or California as the birthplace of the McFlurry, not the Great White North. But as long as the ice cream machine's not broken, who cares where it was invented? Thanks so much for watching. We're serving up more, so just tap or click another great video and hit that subscribe button and bell to stay in the loop.